AITAH for telling my girlfriend to shut up about her weight problem. My 32M girlfriend Lana, 32F, and I have been together for 3 years. Ever since we met she has been overweight, and over the course of our relationship has gained even more weight. Her weight has never bothered me though. She was beautiful when I first met her, and she still is beautiful today. About 6 months ago though, Lana went for a checkup with her doctor, who expressed concern about her weight. He said that she should ideally be looking to lose around 40 pounds to get back to a healthy weight. At first I offered Lana to help with this weight loss, as I had lost about 70 pounds a number of years back before meeting her, and knew what sort of diet and exercise worked for me. She initially declined, saying she wanted to try it herself, but after a month of trying she wasn't able to lose any weight, so she then asked if I could help her. So I found my old fitness tracker watch so she could track exercise. I also sent her my old spreadsheet that I used to track meals so she could get an idea of her calorie intake. We started walking together each day, preparing healthy meals together, and I felt it brought us closer together. After 2 months of this, she had lost 15 pounds, and I was really proud of her. After this though, she started to get back into old habits. She started declining when I asked if she wanted to go for a walk. I noticed she stopped using the watch, and was no longer entering her meals into the spreadsheet in the evenings. Even though we still prepped meals together, she started snacking a lot between meals, saying that she felt hungry. I asked a few times how things were going, and she said that she didn't want to use the spreadsheet anymore, because she knew what she was doing and it was my way of controlling what she ate. I took a bit of offense to this, as I had given her the spreadsheet on her own laptop so she could help herself, and it had been working. Also I don't have access to her laptop, and I never asked to see it, nor did I ever put her down for what she ate. Before long, she was back at her previous weight, then even put on an additional 10 pounds. She started to complain about it constantly, and shut down any effort I made to help her, again, because I was trying to control her. She even commented to my friends at a dinner that I was trying to stop her from eating all the things she loves, which was not true at all. After that comment, I decided to just stop trying. Every day the complaints kept going. There was always some old item of clothing that no longer fit her. She complained about needing to buy new clothes. She'd always point at her stomach and say, "Oh, look how fat I'm getting." She'd complain that she didn't feel beautiful. She'd say she couldn't walk small distances because she was out of breath because she's too fat to walk. She'd complain that she felt sick because she ate too much. She'd complain about not wanting to swim in public because she was embarrassed of her body. On and on and on she went. Yesterday we were getting dressed to go to my parents' house for dinner. She pulled out a shirt I bought her a few months prior, and said, "Oh, I bet this won't fit me." She then tried it on and said, "Yeah, see, I'm too fat for this now. Look how big my stomach is. People will judge me. Blah blah blah." I just lost it, and said to her, "Will you shut up about your stomach? I don't want to hear another word about how fat you are, until you actually try to do something about it." She burst into tears. Not saying anything to me, she grabbed another shirt, then ran out of the house and drove off in my car. I didn't know where she went or when she'd be back, but I didn't care, I was sick of hearing about it. Since we only have the one car, I called my parents to let them know we wouldn't make it to dinner. I just stayed home and ordered a pizza. About an hour later, I got a call from my mum, saying that Lana had showed up in tears, and told her about what I said. My mum said I knew she was sensitive about her weight, and demanded that I apologize to her. I firmly said that I wouldn't be apologizing, but if she wants to talk, she can come home and talk. My dad also called, again saying that I was a jerk and needed to apologize, but I stood my ground. As far as I know, Lana stayed at my parents' last night. She hasn't contacted me, I haven't attempted to contact her, and don't intend to until she comes back home. Even now a day later, I don't regret what I said, and don't think I was in the wrong. Though my parents taking her side is making me second guess a little. Am I the asshole? OP was voted NTA for the majority of the comments. Relevant comments. When someone refuses to take action, blames others, but constantly complains as your girlfriend is doing, she deserves harsh truth. I would bet she did not tell your parents everything that has gone on. Ask them specifically what she told them. Without the background behind your statement, it would look bad to them. OP, turns out she told my parents that I said to her she was too fat, and that she's been trying really hard but I'm not doing anything to help her at all. If she is currently trying, that's news to me. And sure, I'm not helping her at the moment, but that's because when I do try, I'm controlling, and she shuts me down. And even after I told my parents what I actually said, they still think I'm an asshole. Comment. Lying to your parents and turning them against you is completely unacceptable. I feel like she's manipulating you like this because it gives her some semblance of control and empowerment that she can't seem to find anywhere else, as evidenced by her apparent self-sabotage with her health. You don't deserve to be her punching bag. Yeah, I agree, the lying just angered me further. Unless she took the, I don't want to hear another word about how fat you are. As me saying, you're too fat, but that's what I said at all. I think she's just put her own twist on it for sympathy. I have never once called her fat, and have always been supportive. Comment. Literally the craziest part of this is how she went to your parents. Like go spend the night at a girlfriend's house? That would be such a deal breaker for me. NTA. And lied about what I had actually said to her. I guess she just went there because they were already expecting us, but yeah, sounds like she's trying to get sympathy points from my parents, cost that's more likely to weigh on me than if it was her friends. Comment. Genuine question. What do you like about your relationship in its current state? It doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon. You don't have to answer me, but you should seriously consider if this is how you want to spend your life. Good luck, man. NTA. She crossed a line. Your parents are reacting to seeing her crying in person though. From their side, your girlfriend showed up in tears, so if they have empathy, it's somewhat understandable. They just don't realize they were fed a load of shit. I have been really happy in the relationship up until now. I guess that this whole weight loss/gain thing has just brought out a side of her that I never saw. I've never known her to lie to my family or friends prior to this. Update, a day later. As mentioned in my comments, Lana had lied to my parents, saying that I said she was too fat and that she had been trying hard to lose weight, but that I was refusing to do anything to help her. All of that was of course untrue. After reading all the comments, thanks for all the advice, I decided that I wouldn't be apologizing for what I said, but I was willing to discuss the issue with her, instead of immediately breaking up like some suggested, even though I know she really crossed a line by lying to my parents. I think some people were under the impression that I screamed at her. This wasn't the case. I did snap, but when I said what I did I barely raised my voice. If I had screamed at her, I would apologize. It got to yesterday evening and Lana had still not returned home. Realizing that I actually needed my car the following morning, I got my friend Mark to drive me to my parents' house. I called Lana 3 times, but she didn't answer. Instead, I sent her a text, saying that I wanted to talk, and that I'd come by my parents' place soon. Turns out this was a mistake. When we arrived, my car was nowhere to be seen and my mom said that Lana had left about 10 minutes ago. I called twice again and no answer. I was in the middle of texting her that if she didn't return my car, I'd be calling the police, when I got a notification from my doorbell camera. She was back at home, and my car was back in the driveway. All was good, or so I thought. Mark drove me back home, but when I tried to get back inside, Lana had put on the inner latch on the door, so I was locked out. After a few minutes of calling out to her to let me in, all I heard from her was, "Fuck off." Now I was done. There would be no calm conversation, we were done. Thankfully I was able to climb over the back fence, didn't think I'd make it in the shape I'm in, and get in through the back door. Once inside I told her that she had until that evening to get out. At the time she didn't even protest. She just packed a bag and a friend picked her up an hour later. This morning she has tried calling multiple times. She's now messaging that she's sorry and wants to talk, but I'm not interested. I messaged her that I've packed all her stuff and she can get a friend to come and get it, or I'll put it outside for her to pick up, but she won't be getting in my house again. Now I'll be staying home until I can get the locks changed. I've got a financial agreement in place with her, so she's got no claim on the house or any of my property, so this should be the end of it. Relevant comments. Wait, she tried to lock you out of your own home? Yeah, she can go away and your parents owes you an apology. Yep, and if the back door hadn't been unlocked I don't know how long she would have locked me out. I don't carry the key for the back door when I go out. I'll speak to my parents again after a few days when I've had time to properly cool off, then see what they have to say. Comment. So she is someone who has a problem she won't fix but will bitch to you about. She's a liar, and she took your car and tried to lock you out of your home? I feel like it should be clear to anyone that the problem isn't her weight but the fact that she's clearly several violins and a cello short of a full orchestra. How are your parents reacting to all of this? Have they realized they backed the wrong, crazy, horse? Parents have just said that they're sorry to hear about the breakup, but haven't made any mention of the position they took last yesterday or what they had said to me. Comment. That the first thing she did when angry at you was to go manipulate your parents against you is disturbing. That she is so skilled at lying that she was able to fully convince them, even after you talked to them, of her lies is disturbing. OP, your parents chose to believe her over you. Both parents. And with no proof, nothing. Thank God you're done with her. But you need to have a major conversation with your parents. OP, yeah, and I think she was able to manipulate them because up until now she seemed to be so reliable. It was out of character for her. But still, I'm their son and have always been reliable, so she must have put on quite the performance. Comment. NTA. Start telling people the correct narrative now or she is going to blast you to everyone else. OP, yep, should have seen this and acted sooner. I've already had some mutual friends messaging me and calling me an asshole since we broke up, so I guess that's what I'm going to have to try and deal with next.